This has to be the most biased pick ever.
I hate it here.
I mean, they just got their ass handed to them.
I think I'm chasing the value on this game.
I like my takes how I like my woman. Hot and questionable.
I'm way better than Tyler.
What are you doing, Lewis?
I'm laying the points.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Laying the Points. Shorthanded again this week. I'm joined by Tyler and Picano. Gentlemen, how are we? And we'll real quick, we'll pour one out for Louis. No Louis this week. No Louis for the foreseeable future.
We miss Uncle Lo.
Are you actually drinking the beer right now?
I am. Because I found these at the liquor store, and, I mean, they look pretty cool. Do they not?
I think they look cool.
I had to pick them up. Shout out Cisco Brewers. Electric beer garden in the Seaport. It's a good spot to go to. This, not my favorite. Not my favorite, but support the team.
The can is cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what drew me in, the cool-looking can. And because I was already going in to get my my grandmother her fucking Jim Beam. And I was like, oh, shit, because it was right out front advertisement. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? It was Sunday. I was going to watch football anyway. So picked them up. And
they knew what they were doing.
They did know. You know who didn't know? The Patriots. Patriots suck.
Tell me about it.
But hey, we got to win this week.
Probably.
Probably it's fucking Zach Wilson.
How was your guys' week, though? What'd you guys get up to? Kind of, why is it so fucking dark in your room?
I don't really know.
You're just like a specter against your wall.
Yeah, like,
Backlit.
all right, so when you guys come and visit, whatever that is, I know, Alec, you're coming in October, but my room doesn't have ceiling lights. I only have...
Sounds like Amherst.
I don't know, dude. Maybe you gotta take it a little bit farther away from the wall, because the wall's taking up all the light.
Yeah, it just doesn't illuminate the room. Just illuminates the wall. Whatever. I guess let's hop into it. You know, fuck it. What'd you guys think of last week's games? Any notable ones you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, I'll start before Picano can say anything. Colorado sucks, bro.
Colorado does suck.
And you know what's crazy? I was seeing a lot of things today of people being like, they're starting to think, and again, like, listen, it was their first game where they should have dominated and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a fluke, or it could be for real, who knows? But like, a lot of people were saying, like, they're starting to think that the off-field distractions that have just been piling up every single day, whether it's Dion going on like 17 different interviews a week, or whatever's happening with Travis Hunter, obviously that late hit, or just the sunglasses or anything, they were like, could this legitimately become a distraction? And it almost seems like it could be. Again, I don't
think that's it.
No, I don't think that has anything to do with how they played on Saturday. I do believe that this could be a distraction, though. Like, again, like, these are still just like kids that need to like focus. Like, they're not professional athletes. Like, they shouldn't be like.
I just think it was a classic, like, rivalry spot. You could tell early on in the week that Colorado State fucking hates Colorado. Where their coach was talking, players were talking. Fucking before the game, they were getting into fights. Like, there were all the signs there that this was going to be a chippy, close game. And fuck, Colorado State almost won. But
they should have won if their coach had any balls.
They should have won. Did you guys see what Dion said today, though, about, like, that one kid that was getting death threats and shit because he made a football hit on fucking Travis Hunter, and now people are like, oh, he's a dirty player. Like, go fuck yourself. It's just football. It happens.
I was gonna say, call me crazy. When I watched that in real time, right when it happened, I was like, oh shit, like, what a hit.
Yeah.
But like when you slow it down, you're like, okay, wait a second, like that was definitely late. But in real time, it was similar to like the Jalen Waddle hit the other day. Like, it didn't seem like the Jalen Waddle hit. Oh, did you not see the Jalen Waddle hit with the Patriots?
Nah, because I went to bed.
Oh, it was the fourth quarter, and it was just like in real time, that's tough. Like, that definitely was like, they do a flag. It ended up not costing anything because they missed a field goal, but it was like, I don't know. It was a real time. You're just like, oh shit, what a hit. When you look back at it, you're like, okay, yeah, that was kind of unnecessary, but yeah, I did see what he said though.
Connor, you got anything to chime in? I think this is the quietest I've ever seen you. Just okay, no. The fuck, this kid wants to podcast without talking. Let's see how it is.
It looks like he's having mic problems, but we also can't see him, so
yeah, it's tougher to tell when you can't see him. He unplugged his mic, 100%. Akano, what are we doing?
Let me think if there's any other games I saw.
Oh, now we can see him.
Yeah. Oh, now we can see him, but we still can't hear him.
Yeah, definitely some mic that Rocky Top game, that was like the most fucking. That was obvious. It was gonna happen. But,
I'm definitely. You know,
it was a sus line.
It's so hard, and it will always be hard because again, how long we've been doing this podcast now for like 3 years?
Yeah.
And it's like every time you see a ranked team on the road as like a small favorite or an underdog, it's like
always
don't take them. And
it's not even that they don't cover; they lose. They just lose outright.
And it's rare that it's like a close game. I feel like they always get freaking dominated.
Yeah, just never even close. Connor, you want to try leaving and rejoining? See if that fixes the shit. Oh, there's two Picanos. What the fuck?
Hello.
Picano. I gotta kick the fucking other one of you.
Do you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. What the hell happened?
I don't know what happened, but what I was trying to say was this is the first time me and Tyler agreed on something Colorado. I do think some of this stuff is a distraction, but what I'll say is that good teams always have one bad week. Everyone's talking about how good FSU is. They just had a really bad week this past week.
Red bandana game.
I understand that, but they also had a really bad week. Georgia had a really bad week versus South Carolina. Where I'll go into that when I talk about picks.
That's every week.
That's every week. It's because they weren't playing Furman though. That's why South Carolina.
What's it called? Ohio State had a bad week versus Indiana. That's a conference game. So teams have bad weeks. It's okay. I will start with my college football picks for this week. Last week I went 1-1. Lost Colorado, obviously. Oh no, sorry, I didn't count Colorado because you guys bullied me into taking the money line.
Yeah, because
you literally can't take. You can't take teams that with that big of a favorite on the money line. They won't.
I got bullied.
You won't let. They won't even let you take it on sports books. That's how big the fucking line was.
I got bullied, but I went 1-1. Georgia won, and then the other game that I lost, I can't remember which one it was. Rocky Top. Rocky Top.
Yeah, Rocky Top was not a Rocky Top.
It was not a Rocky Top. I went 1-1. But this week for college football, if many do know, is probably one of the most elite weeks of college football we're gonna get. And I'm taking full force into it. I'm really, really excited. I'm gonna start UVA going to NC State. I love the Wolfpack -9.5. Go Pack, go baby. Armstrong, hefty lefty. You know, he can sling it. UVA is a horrible football school, and you would think they'd be playing with the heaviest of hearts after their season last year got canceled towards the later half of it. They are not. NC State, new quarterback, playing pretty well. Played pretty well versus Notre Dame in the rain. So I like NC State -9.5. Now we go into I'll start with the larger games, and then I'll go into the close games, to the big games. So I'll go into Oklahoma versus Cincinnati. I like Boomer Sooner -14. They are showing that they are an offensive team right now. Dylan Gabriel showing off that he could be a Heisman favorite. I do like him a lot. Another lefty. Now, I do like the -14. Like, that is the play I'll give. I'll also throw the over.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say the money line.
No. I do like the over because Cincinnati also can score, and I believe their quarterback is Emory Jones from Florida. Could be wrong, but I think it is him. But I could be wrong. Sorry, off topic. But points will be scored in this game. Cincinnati generally has a good offense. I like them, but Boomer Sooner minus 14 is my pick. Now let's go to Auburn going to A&M. A&M is horrible right now. They are down so bad. They are a bad school, and they should not. They are just. What are you giving me that look?
Okay, I couldn't tell you about A&M, so I'm just listening.
Oh,
I was like, I didn't think of A&M being that bad. I just know fucking Auburn's got Hugh Freeze jacking off down there or whatever.
So, of recent, the three bad teams in the SEC have been Auburn, A&M, and Florida. Obviously, Florida had a really good win last week, but Auburn and A&M have been, generally pretty bad in the SEC. Auburn's showing that they can be good. They have a pretty good quarterback this year. But I don't really like A&M. They've had all these big things about having like top 5 recruiting classes here and there. They can't get it done. They can't get big wins. They lost to Miami. Like, they're not there. So I like Auburn plus 8. It's at A&M, so it might be kind of like a hit or miss type play. But I don't know. I like Auburn. Iowa, Penn State. We are minus 14.5. Penn State is legit, dude. That kid Drew Allen is legit. I think he's the best quarterback in the Big Ten.
Who else is it?
McCord, J.J. McCarthy.
McCord. He's
Ohio State.
Maybe. I mean, but everybody knows Ohio State QBs suck, like Justin Fields. So.
I think Drew Allen is the best quarterback in the Big Ten.
It's fair. It's a hot take, but I think it's fair.
He didn't throw any touchdowns last week.
No, but before he did.
Okay.
He only threw one touchdown the week prior when they won 63-7.
But he's the best quarterback. That's why I'm saying he's the best quarterback.
That makes no sense.
Iowa's been a fun storyline with the whole offensive coordinator thing. They put up 41 last week.
Yeah.
They need 25. And then there was a fucking AI deep fake or whatever that came out. People believed it.
The people are saying that Iowa could be the upset in this game just because of offense isn't playing well. They normally have a good defense, and Cade McNamara is a good quarterback. And Cade McNamara has beaten Penn State before. So that's
don't hate it. That's like part of the reason why I faded that game. But
I'm gonna get into the big games now. FSU going to Clemson. This should not be minus 1.5.
It shouldn't, but that's why it scares me, Picano.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It is a hashtag sus line alert. Just like it was last week with the Rocky Top. This is a sus line.
I'm taking the minus 1.5. I don't love it, but why are they minus 1.5? Because Clemson's home and it's a scary place to play, and they don't lose at home. They lost one time at home in the last 5 years.
This is a different Clemson team. Like, did people just forget how bad they looked against Duke, being another competent ACC team? Like, that's where, again, I'm hoping it's just recency bias and that FSU looked bad last week and Clemson, I guess, has recovered a little bit. But it scares me. It scares me. I agree. I'm also on it, but it scares me.
I agree. I mean, my logic is recency bias and the fact that Clemson does not look good at all. That's where my take on it is. I mean, as you guys know, I'm not a big Florida State fan. I don't really like Jordan Travis. I relatively hated on them the last couple of years since they said no to Dion. But that's neither here nor there. I like them this week, though. Ole Miss going to Bama. I like Ole Miss plus 7. And last week kind of explained it to me right there, and then why I should take Ole Miss plus 7.
My boy.
Bama looked like shit.
Jackson Dot.
And Jalen Milroe starting. Unless
Yeah,
Jalen
they both suck.
Unless Jalen Milroe is running all over this team, I do not think they have a chance. Jalen Milroe should only be running the ball. He should not be throwing the ball at all. He should strictly be running the ball. And call me crazy again.
Right.
Bama's done. Done.
I don't know if they're done, but
They're going to lose to Ole Miss and they're going to lose to Auburn.
hot take.
That's a hot take. And LSU. 3 games.
That's less of a hot take, but Auburn for sure. Hot take.
This would be the first time in forever that you'll see an Alabama team potentially with 4 losses. This week, Auburn, LSU, and obviously they lost to Texas. That's bad. That's bad. Especially because of the fact that Ole Miss's offense is really good between Dart and that kid Jenkins. Jenkins didn't play last week just to play in this game.
Really? Oh,
SEC player, SEC freshman of the year last year. I think his name's like Quintadius or Quentin Johnson or Jenkins. I forget his name, but he's a sick running back. OSU going to South Bend. I want to take Notre Dame so fucking bad, but I feel really uncomfortable taking one.
What's the line?
It's -3, and I feel really uncomfortable telling the fans to take 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 underdogs. That's why I'm taking Ole Miss -3. Ohio State -3. I really like Notre Dame though. Sam Hartman can get that done.
I'm rocking with that as well. Feel that?
Like realistically, like I want to say Notre Dame money line, but I'm gonna say Ohio State -3 just because like I'm scared to give that out, and I just know the safe play is Ohio State. But I don't know. I don't believe in this Ohio State team. I don't think McCord's that good. I really like Marvin Harrison. I've been adamant about saying it. I really like Marvin Harrison, but that Notre Dame is a different team than last year. And honestly, and me and Tyler, we were in AC last year when they played in Ohio State last year, week 1. Notre Dame has a better quarterback. They win that game. Agree to disagree.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, agree to disagree. Now they have a better quarterback.
They have the better quarterback, yeah.
They have a better quarterback. They could win this. You know what? Fuck it.
Flipped on him real quick.
Notre Dame money line.
There it is.
And then my final play.
We know what it
is the obvious. I'm taking the Buffs money line. I'm taking the Buffs plus
the money line.
I'm taking the over. I am not scared of Oregon one fucking bit. What I am scared of is that Travis Hunter isn't playing, and obviously this is the first game where you don't see arguably your star player not on both sides of the ball. That's why I think the whole thing of having one guy play both sides and a large amount of quantities of it is a very dangerous thing to do because it can detriment both sides of the ball. Next man up mentality, yes, but
same shit with Shohei.
Yeah, you see he's not pitching until 2025 now. He's done.
That's how Tommy John works, Picano.
Oh, he's getting Tommy John? I didn't know he was getting Tommy John.
Yeah, he blew out his UCL, motherfucker.
Damn. He's not going to be
He's not pitching.
He's not going to be a Yankee.
He's still going to hit. It's going to be like, he's going to be a Red Stocking with Yamamoto.
Yeah, okay. But going into my pick for Oregon, Colorado, I'm not scared of Oregon. Bo Nix is not it. And again, it's another case of a team talking shit before the game. You need to know to shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Keep your they have receipts.
They have receipts.
3 weeks in a row this happened. The OC at TCU talk shit about Shador. Week 2, Matt Rule doing whatever he was doing on the Buffalo. Then last week with the mom and the sunglasses. Now Dan Lanning said that Colorado isn't relevant. And that he isn't scared of them. Ooh. Receipts. It's just a classic case of he has receipts and he's going to make you shut up. Now, realistically, out of the 3 plays I gave you, the money line, the spread, and the over, I'd like to spread the best because that's a lot of fucking points. Plus 20 is a lot of points. So, I don't know. You can ride me with the Buffs train. All I'm saying is that if this hits, then also my Colorado over 3.5 wins also hits. So I'm a happy person.
Fair. Tyler, you want to rifle next, or do you want me to?
No, I'll go
Big
next.
ass slate.
Listen, going off what Pecano said about Colorado, they're not going to win this game. They looked bad last week, and they
played a dog shit team.
They looked really bad against a team they're supposed to win by over 20. Once they lost Travis Hunter, you can tell defensively they stunk. Offensively, they struggled to find the guy that they wanted to go to, and then they found it eventually. It was their tight end. He did well, and then they still have the other guys who are still good receivers. Like, don't get me wrong. Defensively, they can't stop a cold, and that happened in TCU, Colorado State. The only team it didn't happen to is Nebraska, and that quarterback is
just
one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. They're not going to stop Bo Nix. I'm sorry. You're probably realistically there's a chance they give up. Oh my god!
70.
I was gonna say, what is the team total over for Colorado? Because it's probably like
for Colorado or Oregon.
For Oregon, sorry, it's got to be over 35.
Well, what's the over for the game, Pecano? Do you have
72. It's 72.
72. So the implied total on a 21-point spread is what? It's
5. 50?
No. It's like 36.
Okay.
Because it's if it's 72, you subtract the 21.
Mm-hmm.
That's 51.
That's
Divide
our
that by
count.
2 is 25. Add the 21 back. So it's
Okay,
46,
so that's
46.
why I didn't divide
46.
by 2 there. That's why I said in the 50s. Okay. They're probably going to score close to over 40 points in this game because, again, yeah, they easily can. So, first play that I have, Oregon, Colorado, over 71. I'm going to take it because it's not like Oregon plays much better defense. So I have the over 71 in that game. I'm taking a couple games Bacano had, but just not the same games. I'm taking like overs in them. UVA, NC State. People forget this is a Brendan Armstrong revenge tour game. And
shit.
I know Alec knows that. They're going to come out slinging. It's over 40.5. That seems like a pretty low number for the fact that Virginia team plays 0 defense. So I think NC State, good chance they put up, again, 5 touchdowns by themselves. And then Virginia's got like a freshman quarterback who, has nothing to lose. So they're out there just throwing the rock and trying to score. So over 40.5 seems like a pretty good number. Oklahoma versus Cincinnati, I have the over 60. Like Pecano said, Oklahoma scores at will, and they do not care who they're playing or if they make another man cry. They are going to score so many points. Obviously, this is their first real test because Cincinnati has officially joined the Big 12. They're not great. Emory Jones is not a great quarterback, but I believe Oklahoma's on the road, so I just think this is just a big statement game for Oklahoma. Go in there and score 40 points like you've been doing and win the ball game. So over 60 is what I have. I am also on Ole Miss +7. What scares me about this is how could you possibly make Alabama 7-point favorites in this game?
Sus line alert.
Because they're home.
I know, but
that's the only reason why.
I know. And last year, was it last year? No, 2 years ago when Matt Corral was a quarterback, Ole Miss was at Bama, and it was plus 14.5, maybe even more. And I was like, holy crap, Ole Miss is going to cover with ease, and they lost by 40. So again, different Bama team, different Ole Miss team.
That wasn't Jackson Dart.
Wasn't Jackson Dart, but whatever. Ole Miss +7. Then I forgot who this team's playing because I listed this yesterday. We're writing We Are Marshall at -5.
Isn't that a little? Is that no? That's not Maction. Were they?
No, they're not Mac. They're the Fun Belt.
Are they?
Yeah,
no,
Sun Belt. They're playing Virginia Tech.
They're playing Virginia Tech.
SEC East.
They are playing Virginia Tech.
Sun Belt Conference East.
They're 5-point favorites against a Power 5 school. I feel like that just tells me enough of the line. The fact that they're 5-point favorites against a Power 5 school. I'm gonna take the Fighting Herd of Marshall. So we go Marshall -5. Then we're going to a fun team with some fun players that are currently in the NFL, aka Puka Nakua's alma mater of BYU. BYU played a hell of a game against Arkansas, who I didn't even remember still had that bum KJ Jefferson there. And they beat them by 7. They're now playing Kansas. Kansas can score the rock, but again, they still don't play a tremendous amount of defense. So I definitely see this being like a really, I don't know, less than 9.5 point game. Like, I don't know if they're going to win, but I feel like this is definitely going to be a pretty close game. So we're going BYU plus 9.5. This is the one game I am again running with the Kyle. Penn State minus 14. I've had Penn State since day one. I've been talking about Penn State actually, so I don't feel like I'm copying anyone here. So I am going to ride Penn State minus 14. We took them last week. It's a good pick. Yeah, we took them last week. We took them the week before. We took them the week before. I told you that they're my take to win the Big East. The Big Ten. I said that. Was it 2 weeks ago? I said that. So. So I'm not copying anyone here. I just want to let everyone know. Now, before we started this podcast, me and Alex said that maturing is finally, after 3 to 4 years of doing this podcast, is not taking the ranked team on the road as a slight favorite or underdog and just knowing that they're just simply not going to win. So with that said, I'm taking Notre Dame, Clemson, Washington State, all on the money line. All of it. Washington State is home against Oregon State. Obviously, Clemson is home against Florida State, and Notre Dame's home against Ohio State. So I'm taking all 3 on the money line.
Your laptop might be on something, but we get a shit ton of. We can hardly hear you, but we heard you enough to get the point. I don't even know what it sounded like. It sounded like there was something rifling around in your fucking mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I hear you now.
I wonder if my blanket was just covering the mic.
Oh, 100%.
Because
100%
I just moved that.
I mean, I heard you the whole time.
Yeah, no, I heard it, but it was just it was there was some scratch and shit. It was funny.
Yeah, it was definitely covering the mic then.
Is that the totality of your slate?
Yes, so that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plays.
The quantity plays.
Yes, because
the way to do it.
4 plays is simply not enough plays.
4 plays is not enough plays. I mean, shit. I was on a heater last week. I went 10-3 in college, 7 and no, I went because we were doing this yesterday. So Saints pushed, Cleveland lost. So I went 7-3-1 in NFL, which made me 17-6-1 overall. So everybody knows that means I'm going to suck this week. So fade every pick I make. You guys mentioned the Friday Night Lights game, NC State and Virginia. I'm going Thursday Night Football, Georgia State +7. They've done me right 2 weeks in a row. They're my new favorite Fun Belt team. They get to beat my old favorite Fun Belt team this week, being fucking Grayson McCall and the Chanticleers. They're a fun, frisky little Georgia State gamers. I sprinkle a little bit of the money line, but they'll cover the 7. Back to the Friday Night Lights. I also like NC State minus 9.5. Forgot it was a revenge tour game, but Virginia might realistically be worse than UMass at football. They're terrible. Also taking Wisconsin minus 6. Little get right for them. Don't remember who they're playing, but they also play on Friday. So a little Friday Night Lights. I will be riding Florida State again. Sus line. I don't love it, but I really hate that fucking Clemson team, and I just got no faith in them. I got no faith, so I'm riding Oklahoma again. Riding that 14. Loving that. Ole Miss Bama. I like the over the most. I think there should be points scored in this game based on how Ole Miss has been going, and I mean, Bama it's just scary to pick a side in this one. If I had to pick one, I would sprinkle Ole Miss like you guys did, excuse me. But I think I would go to the Overs Club first. My lock of the week, and I'm surprised you guys didn't mention it. I guess maybe Leui might have, but it is his favorite team, the Duke Blue Devils, a football school, minus 21. I don't remember who they're playing. They're playing somebody dog shit enough to be a 21-point favorite.
I'll let you know.
All right, you investigating real quick?
Yeah, you continue. I'll keep going.
Okay, I'll keep
find it
going. Another one, I forget who they're playing. I'm taking Maryland -7. I took them. I think it was -7 last week too.
UConn. Duke's playing
UConn. Yeah, fucking UConn, dude. UConn isn't shit at football.
And Maryland's playing Michigan State, so obviously Maryland's going to kick the shit out of them because Michigan State's a bunch of dirtbags.
Michigan State is dead. Got to take the -7. The Tagovailoa is still hot after last week.
Tagovailoa is good. He's a righty, but he's good.
Yeah, but even him, he's hot. Tua's hot.
Yeah, they're both
hot.
Yeah, the brothers are hot.
They're going to keep motoring. I mentioned them earlier. I'm taking UMass -3. Back on my UMass betting train. They beat New Mexico State, who last week just beat New Mexico. So by process of elimination, PEMDAS, all that shit, UMass is clearly better than New Mexico. So they're going to cover the 3 points at home. Wake Forest -4. They lost they didn't cover last week. They won. They didn't cover though. I like them to get right here. A little cover -4. I mean, can't cover 4 points. I think they're playing some shit bum team. LSU, Arkansas, going to that overs club. Arkansas, they went over in like the second quarter, I think, last week against BYU. Another game, actually. I thought you were going to say the over, Tyler. I like the over in that game. I don't have it written down.
I'm pretty sure I looked at that one and I liked it, but I didn't put it in.
The line might be high is the problem, because I think they know that neither of those teams play defense. So I don't have it on my card, but I would have liked that over. Another game you mentioned, Washington State, taking them plus the 3. App State, Wyoming, over 43. I don't know anything about either of these teams, but like they're not playing like 10-7 games, so I don't know why this over. Like they're not fucking Army or whatever. I don't remember who's that.
Army.
They're not Army football. I don't know why this over is so fucking low. That's the only reason I'm taking it. And then I'm taking UNC -7. Again, don't remember who they're playing because we wrote these yesterday, but I like them to cover. So yeah, that's my slate. That's another. Oh fuck! I gotta count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Another 15 picks. Fuck me.
You took a lot of fucking picks, Alex.
I've taken 15 picks every fucking. Well, I don't know how I went 10-3 with 15 picks. I thought I took 15 picks last week too, but this is it's a quantity play. I did good. I did well in week 2. I did well last week, which was week 3. This is week 4. We're gonna keep doing well, or you can fade me because I did so well last week. I'm probably gonna go like 2-13. But I'll hop right into my NFL again. Was 7-3-1 last week, so pretty good. I don't have as many plays this week because there's a lot of larger spreads, and I'm not.
The NFL week. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry to cut you off, Alex. 3 weeks of NFL football, all these matchups suck.
They're kind of mid.
So that's why I think I have.
What's crazy? Last week's matchups sucked, but every spread was 3 or less. So
yeah. Well, it's because it was like shit teams playing shit teams, like the Giants playing the Cardinals. Although that game was fucking awesome.
Yeah, now this week is shit teams playing really good teams, so every spread is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. I'm gonna kick it off with San Fran covering. I think it went down. It's at I see it at minus. I had it at -10 yesterday. I thought it was single digits. No idea, but I'll be taking San Fran points. That team is a fucking wagon, and the Giants just lost their only good player on offense.
It's a game time decision now.
He's not, bro. He's not
gonna play. It's just fucking mind games.
Yeah, I even have him on freaking fantasy, and I don't want him to play.
He's not gonna play
because he's just gonna get hurt.
Because then you have to start him, and
yes, and
gonna get one carry.
Exactly. I do not want him to play.
Yeah. I also like Miami this week. They play they are riding against the Broncos at home. I believe -6.5. So gonna hammer that. I think that was my favorite thing on the part of my take team graphic this week was the hell, but it's unlimited for the Broncos.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Speaking of the New England Patriots, I will be taking them finally -3. I've been taking against them -3, and now they're going to cover the 3 on the road. It is a heavy hearts game for the fan that unfortunately.
Oh, the guy that
away.
he got knocked out.
Yeah, some fucking scumbag Dolphins fan just beat him up and he died. But shout out Tyreek Hill, who beats his wife and his fucking kid, but
Jesus
wants to call
Christ.
Patriots fans the worst people ever. Okay, Tyreek, you're a piece of shit. Dolphins fans, I mean, that guy sucks. Whoever did that to that fucking guy. This is a heavy hearts game. So they're going to cover, and also Zach Wilson sucks. It's just going to happen. Like the Bills -6.5. Couldn't tell you who they're playing. Could not.
Washington.
Washington. Yeah, Washington didn't look great last week. They played the Broncos again, but I don't know. I think that was more the Broncos suck. Bills do not suck. Believe it or not, they do not suck. Final game I really love is the Ravens -7. It's just one I was confident in. I was going to take it. I also, I'm sprinkling on the Bengals for value. I don't think Joe Burrow is going to play, but if he does play and they're -2 against fucking, God damn it, who the hell are they playing? The Rams? They should cover the 2. That being said, when it opened at 6.5, I would have loved the Rams at 6.5, regardless of if Burrow played, because the Rams have looked really fucking good this year. I love the Ramley. I wish I had gone harder on them preseason. Yeah, those are my picks.
All right, I'll go quick because I don't have much. I believe I'm right. I'm definitely I'm riding on you, but San Francisco, Giants. I'm happy that Lou is bought back in with the team because he was ready to give up. Obviously,
he was so ready to give up.
But how in the world?
Sad boy.
How in the world do you win a game against the Cardinals on a walk-off field goal and declare yourself bought back in? I don't know. Their defense was legitimately non-existent. I don't think Kayvon Thibodeau played. I don't think.
Oh, Jalari didn't play.
No, Kayvon Thibodeau. The whole point is Kayvon Thibodeau did play.
Oh,
but I don't think he did because I didn't hear his name once. I did not hear Dexter Lawrence's name once. I didn't hear anyone on the Lions' name once. Josh Dobbs looked like you don't even have to tank for freaking Caleb Williams. That's how good Josh Dobbs looked against this defense. I'm happy that the Giants' offense realized that they could do more than just throw checkdowns to Saquon and use a fast guy to throw it down the field. Nonetheless, they are not winning on the road or covering 10 points to these guys, the San Francisco. Their O-line blew. Their O-line was horrible against the Cardinals. They're not going to hold up here. This is going to be another 40-0 game. I don't see how it couldn't be. Second play, we're going Jets, Jets +3. I'm only saying this for one reason. This is the biggest game of the year. If you lose this game, Zach Wilson is no longer a Jets quarterback. I think he's going to be because I think if they lose this game, and you lose the locker room because that's what's going to happen, Robert Saleh's fired.
Great.
I don't know if he's going to be fired, but they have to make a move. I mean, this is the same guy that they had people wearing Mike White fucking T-shirts for in the locker room last year when he was still around.
Yes. No one wants this guy to be. That's what I'm saying. If they lose this game and they lose the locker room because they choose not to go sign anybody, Robert Saleh should be fired. Period.
Is it his choice though?
Is it Joe Douglas's job too if they lose? I don't
100%,
think so.
100%. But if Saleh can't keep this locker room together and be and whatever the case may be, he should be fired. This is the biggest game of the year for the Jets. Period. You have to win this game if you're a Jet because you will lose to Kansas City, and then you have to win against Denver because you will lose to the Eagles. And then at that point, if you're 3-3 going into Week 7, when you play the Raiders, the Giants, and a lot of other very mid teams, then you can make a legitimate move, but you have to get to 3-3 before then. So if you do not win this game, your season is 100% over with. So I'm just going to ride with that and the fact that the Patriots like don't look that much better than the Jets do, sadly.
They've looked decent. Like I
They-
feel like they've looked good.
I think their defenses look good. Their offenses look pretty crappy, other than like 3 drives, which is like I guess better than the Jets. The Jets have looked good for like 2 drives.
They played 2 good teams though. That's the only thing
You can arguably say that the Jets played 2 decent teams too.
They just played 2 of the best teams in the league.
That's what I'm saying. So you can arguably say that.
But we
JTS,
weren't.
yes,
So did the Pats, but yeah.
yes, Jets +3 at home. Yeah, exactly. They both play very good teams. This is their Jets 1-0 at home. This is New England's first road game. Again, this is just a game. It has nothing to do with New England. It's more of the fact that if the Jets don't win this game, I think their season's over with. So they have to win this game. So I'm just going to ride with them. Third, Bills Manders over 44.5. What's that? What's like that like thing that people do where there's like, would you believe me if I told you that Sam Howell is the best quarterback in the NFC East?
I would tell you you're lying.
Well, look at the numbers because
Well,
he has like
I saw the stat.
he has
Pissed.
500 something yards, 3 touchdowns. He's balling out right now. So give me that over. You know the Bills are going to get theirs no matter what. They'll get their they'll put up their 3-4 touchdowns. So will the Manders stay hot at home? I think they could. Next play, Jags Texans. I took the over 44 in that game. It looks like, well, first of all, the Jags need to bounce back because what they did against Kansas City at home
Was pathetic.
Was exactly what Alex said, throw-upable. So I expect a bounce back from them. I feel like when they play each other, they're usually relatively high. And CJ Stroud looks pretty good.
Yeah.
He looks
He's been
pretty
balling.
good. Yeah, and you know, they throw the ball down the field, and he's doing a good job throwing the ball down the field. So let's go. Let's to the overs club. I think this is, again, Texans played Colts, really high-scoring game. Jags played Colts, really high-scoring game. Let's see what happens when they play each other. I would think it's going to be a high-scoring game as well.
Scoring game.
Then we're going to Cowboys minus 12.5. Self-explanatory. They're playing the Cardinals. Cardinals stink unless they're playing the Giants. And then lastly,
does not look bad aside from the comeback, but
yeah,
good
but
for 6 quarters basically.
They have been, but the Cowboys are different. Again, they can sustain a couple long drives. They can make your defense go. You know, you can make your offense go 3 and out. Before you know it, it's 21-0. So I'm going to take them minus 12.5. They can win by 2 touchdowns. Last play, I know you spoke on it. I'm just going to ride the Rams.
Rambling.
The Bengals are I don't know.
Might be dead.
They could be dead. It could be because it could be because of the Picano. I don't know what it is, but
when in doubt, blame Picano. That's
but they don't look good, and the Rams look pretty good. They held with the 49ers all game long until Stafford had a couple turnovers late. Yeah, late in the game though, so they held with them the whole time. Their defense was decent, and this dude Puka Nacua, if he's gonna get 15 catches against the 49ers, he's only going to go up. He's only going to go up, correct? Like he might have.
Who needs Cooper Kupp?
He legitimately might have 18 catches against the Bengals. Like this is actually insane. So those are my plays.
Yeah, for me, I don't have a lot of NFL because I don't really care about this week's slate. It's not really strong. I went 4-1 last week, plus the Giants survival. I've survived another week, boys. First time in forever. I got 3 teams, 3 money lines.
Yeah, this is actually my first time since the year I won survival, which is the year we started the pod, Alec, in UMass. I actually won the survival league I'm in. This is the first time I've made it past week 2 since then.
Yeah, this is the first.
Yeah.
So this is great for me. 3 teams, 3 money lines. Tyler talked me into the Jets. I do agree with you. They lose this game. Saleh loses the locker room. Wilson loses his starting spot, and Saleh also loses his job because you're going to have to make a change. And it's not going to be with Zach Wilson because you're not going to get a new quarterback going into the Chiefs game. You're going to get a new play caller or something.
That's not true.
I mean,
well, play caller.
He's not going to get fired 3 weeks into the season, Picano. It's not going to fucking happen when their
I don't
quarterback got
know.
hurt.
Anything may happen. I mean,
It's
listen,
not.
you saw it last week. Brees Hall had 4 carries. Why is Brees Hall getting 4 carries versus the Dallas Cowboys? Why is Dalvin
They're
Cook
down.
getting?
They're losing.
All
There's
I know is this: Saleh
no
was
reason for it.
is already going to be in the hot seat if Aaron Rodgers was playing. If Aaron Rodgers was playing and they struggled, Saleh was already going to get fired.
Agreed.
So you
100%
you
agree.
have
But he's
wiggle room.
not.
You have wiggle room now that Zach Wilson's playing. It does not mean that Robert Saleh gets to just go 3-15 because Aaron Rodgers got hurt. If you do
Shit.
not win games, you are leaving. Period.
But
Yeah.
I'm like saying he's going to get fired before the Chiefs game if they don't.
No,
beat the
I don't think he's
Patriots
going to
is
get fired before the Chiefs. But I'm
ridiculous.
saying there's a
Ridiculous,
good.
Picano.
He's going to be if he loses this game, his ass is officially on fire. He will
Okay,
be
then
on the hot seat.
I'll change my verbiage from onto the hot seat, but then he will lose to the Chiefs. He will probably lose to the Broncos because the Broncos are a second half team, not a first half team. They're a second half
If you
team.
lose this Patriots game, you lose to the Chiefs. You're now 1-3.
1-3.
You're going to lose on the road to the Broncos. You're now 1-4, and then you're going to lose to the Eagles. You're now 1-5. And if you're telling me that he is just not going to get fired, it's absolutely
You're crazy.
I don't think he's getting fired 6 weeks in either. I
You're
don't.
crazy.
I don't.
You are crazy to
He's
think that.
What?
What
Like,
has he done?
he's going to get fired at the end of the year. He's not going to get fired in a 1-5 season with Zach fucking Wilson. He sucks.
You're- He hasn't done anything in 2 years there. Now he has Aaron Rodgers. Granted, Rodgers got hurt.
With Zach fucking Wilson, Picano.
I don't know. I agree
They
with
have the
Tyler.
worst quarter in
Rare,
the league.
very, very rare on the pod that me and Tyler agree on
Worst
something.
quarter in the
Very much agree.
league. By your own fucking admission, you're like, oh, Sauce Gardner's terrible. Oh.
He sucks.
I know, but what does that have to do with fucking Saleh? They don't have a quarterback. Their defense has regressed. They're fucking running the ball with Dalvin Cook, who can't do shit. What the fuck do you want Saleh to do?
Fire him. There's nothing. You need change. You need something to change.
Yeah, change your fucking quarterback.
Okay, and then you bring in who?
I don't fucking know.
You're gonna bring in who?
Minshew.
You're gonna bring in Minshew. Minshew
Bring
can't
in
even win
Minshew.
games in Indianapolis.
But they're not gonna start him long term.
I don't know, but
Bring in
Jets,
fucking anyone that isn't named Zach Wilson. That guy is by far I would say there's 50 quarterbacks on rosters that are better than Zach Wilson. 100%. There are 50 quarterbacks on rosters.
Yeah, like I rather have
Rather have Josh Dobbs.
what's Bacano's boy's name?
Cooper Rush, Trey Lance.
Trey
Benjamin
Lance. I'd rather have Trey Lance get some snaps than
Give
bring
him a
Zach
shot.
Wilson.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You know what you have with Zach Wilson. He sucks.
Yeah, no,
That's it.
Zach
There's
Wilson
it's over. The experiment is over.
just proven that there is no getting better, and that's what is just so frustrating as a Jet fan. And like obviously I would like to think every night Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas stay up all night long and be like, we have no chance with Zach Wilson. I hope they think that because he can't play football in the NFL, period. He's just not good enough.
Yeah.
No,
I think the
I
other
agree.
thing is everybody knew going into the season that the beginning of the year was going to suck. Like that was the number one thing people were saying with their win total was that their first half is brutal. But how can you like knock Bob Saleh for having a brutal first half with Zach Wilson? It's baffling. I also don't think they're going to lose the Broncos. That's a terrible take.
Well, I'm taking the Jets money line. I agree with Tyler. He talked me into it. I'm also taking the Saints money line. I do not believe in the Packers. Blew a lead last week. Packers opening day. You would think that, hey, maybe they'll get some sort of, bright spot. Jordan Love playing at Lambeau. I actually like the Saints this year. I think they're going to be fighting with my next team, who I think who's probably win. I think Derek Carr's good. I think that running back they have is pretty solid. Olave's proven to me that he's pretty good.
Ooh.
The guy that scored 2 touchdowns yesterday.
Tony Jones? Tony
Yeah.
Jones is terrible. That guy is terrible.
I'm going to be honest, Pagano. If you watched any of yesterday's Saints games, I don't know how you can say Derek Carr is good or that running back is good.
He got 2 touchdowns. That was it. He
got 2 touchdowns.
he was terrible.
He got into the end zone.
He's
And
also not going to be the starting running back. It's going to be Kendra Miller from TC Lou, right? Maybe.
Well, no. Well, isn't it going to be Kamara in like a week?
in a week, but next week I'm saying it's going to be Kenray Miller, I think.
Well, I like
what happened to Jamal Williams?
He hurt his hammy, and he's going to be out a couple weeks. So he's
Pissed.
done. It's over.
His career's over as a Saint. So I like the Saints, and then I also like the Falcons versus the Lions. I don't believe in
What's
this
that
Lions. 4.5.
Lions, I imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. Amon-Ra with a little turf toe, but that isn't turf toe allegedly.
I don't believe in this Lions hype, and I bought a Bijan jersey thanks to PointsBet. So
Shout
I'm
out.
gonna ride. I'm literally gonna shout out Tyler. I'm literally riding the Falcons because just strictly because of that. Plus Desmond Ridder is my quarterback in a two quarterback league. Put up 26 last week.
Ew.
Yeah, they were gonna be my survivor, and then I got fucking ridiculed for it. So I'm taking the Cowboys as my survivor.
Dude, why would you take a 4-point underdog as your
that's such
survivor in week 3?
Just because I don't have to use them ever again, and I don't like using those teams. Like I don't like using the big teams.
Okay,
versus
I
shitty
understand
teams this
that,
week when I can
but
use them
how
later
could
on.
But you
Take a
can't
4-point
save the Cowboys
underdog.
if they lose.
How
There's
can
no
you take
point.
a 4-point underdog in week 3? You have to. The first 10 weeks are literally based off whoever has the biggest spreads, and then after that is when you're like, who am I taking a risk on?
Yeah, it's tough to look ahead. Like the only thing where I was like looking ahead was I thought about taking the Chiefs this week. I'm gonna take them next week when they play the Jets. That's just what's gonna happen. So I have other teams that I like this week that I'm gonna take. I think I'm taking Baltimore, and I don't remember the other team I said. Fuck.
You said the Jaguars, maybe?
No, I didn't like the Jaguars. Jaguars in a divisional. I don't like taking divisional games. I never do. I try not to take those. I try not to take prime times. Fuck, who the fuck was it? There's another team I didn't really want to burn, but the Dolphins. Dolphins against the Broncos.
I like the Cowboys this week. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
I agree. It's a good pick.
Makes sense. What?
Again, on the road, I don't know. It's scary.
Again,
But
I
those
also
are my
don't know
three
when I would
picks.
take the Cowboys again, though. Like
I feel
Three
if you have
teams,
a-
3 money lines.
I feel a risky play this week, but like a good risky play because they're still favorites would be a team like Seattle.
yeah, that was another team I was looking at. I thought about Seattle.
Get them out of the way because the only thing is you could use Seattle when they play the Cardinals. I don't know when that is
But
though.
again, that's in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Yeah, so you can use them
I don't
then.
know if I would want to take them in a divisional game.
Yeah, but at home against the Cardinals, I wouldn't mind that. But at home against the Panthers,
That's
is
the second
pretty-
best spot I think you're going to get this year.
Most likely, I'm looking at their schedule.
Unless you take them
I
against
think-
the Commies
I think
late.
It's 100%. It's either you're taking them against.
Panthers or the Cardinals.
I think you're 100% taking them this week against the Panthers, or you're taking them against the Cardinals in 2 weeks, or the last week of the year. But the last week of the year is irrelevant. So
No, you. I think you take them against the Commanders. I just think, like, again, I looked at the I looked at the Ravens schedule, and if you don't take them this week against who the fuck are the Ravens?
The
play?
Colts.
The Colts, without potentially Richardson, they play. Browns wouldn't take them. Steelers wouldn't take them. Titans wouldn't take them. Lions wouldn't take them. Then they play.
It would
I
be
think
the
they play the Cardinals.
it would be the
right
Cardinals
after the
game.
Seahawks.
yeah, it would be the Cardinals game then.
But then you're looking at a month and a half out.
I know,
That's,
but you
not
also can look at it this. You could also look at it this way. Take whoever is playing the Cardinals,
Yeah.
Cowboys, 49ers, Bengals, Rams at home, Seahawks at home, Ravens, Browns at home, Falcons, and then not until week 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 do they play a team that isn't good, which is the Texans. So
by then they could have been. They're probably in a tank off, and so
Yeah,
they're going to try.
so-
Like I fully think they tried to lose that game against the Giants. I don't know. There's no way they were up by that much, and they just gave it away.
yeah, they just didn't
That's
score
a
a point.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but So that's not the worst strategy too. Is just literally whoever goes against the Cardinals, you can take them for the first 10 weeks, and none of those teams repeat. And then week 10, when the Texans play the Cardinals, and you're just not confident in that game, we can just look at who plays week 10 off the right now week 10 matchups that stand out. Bengals play the Texans, but we would already take the Bengals, so we can't do that.
I don't know. I think you've convinced me. I think I'm taking the Cowboys this week.
I mean, it makes the most sense.
Because
I'm just saying you have to
won't take
look
them.
now. You have to look at that week 11, obviously, but again, that's so far from now. Week 11, I don't know who to take. Maybe it's the Bills at home against the Broncos. That's probably the only game that stands out.
Mhm. And we'll be in very different situations. And
Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong.
weeks.
I'm actually looking at the wrong week. I think it's a week where it's Lions over the Bears at home, probably.
You mean the Bears, yeah. Oh yeah, Lions over Bears. Yeah.
But like the Monday night game's Chiefs Eagles, so that's a tough game. Commies Giants, tough game. Packers Chargers, tough game.
Yeah, but I don't
Titans-
think I'm taking the Lions until then. I think you're right. That's the play.
Yeah, then you just take the Lions that week and then you move on again.
Oh, we may have figured out every single survivor pool. Shout out us.
I just think that's the easiest. It's the safest route. This Cardinals team is not looking to win.
Yeah, no.
I'll have to look at my teams because I have 2 entries, so I got to see who I have left so I can like balance them out. Because I'm not like I will 100% in one of them just do the fade Cardinals, but in the other one I want to figure. Actually, I took the Giants, I think, and so maybe I actually might have faded the Cardinals. I might already be fading the Cardinals. I might just keep doing it.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, because I took the commies that I.
Yeah, so just
going.
keep fading them and
Going.
in one league, and then the other one you can test things out.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
yeah, I think we're good. We
I
hit
think we're
everything,
good.
right?
Yeah, that's a good
Yes, sir.
pod. Good pod. We'll see if Late Uwe ever rejoins us. He's always, whenever he's got the time, get him to pull up. But he's just got a bad case of having a girlfriend. It's unfortunate. What can you do?
Nothing,
all right.
man.
Well, hopefully we win. Catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.